What if we told you that not all great cars have to be super fast? Would you believe it? Well, what if we told you that a fuel-efficient car is just as good? Ah yes, meet the Toyota Corolla. The world's best-selling and family-favorite vehicle since 1966 with over 50 million units sold to date. It's compact, it's efficient, and it's also a hybrid? Hey, what's up guys? Josh here of You Tech, and with me right now is the all-new Toyota Corolla Altis Hybrid. And I can't wait to check this vehicle out with you guys, so why don't we go ahead and roll that intro. With an average rate of about 1 million units sold each year worldwide, we could say that a single Corolla is sold in about every 15 to 20 seconds. So by the time this video is done, about 24 units have already been bought. By this time, you probably already figured out that the Corolla tag comes in various forms depending on where you live. In our country, the Altis variant has been available since 2001 and has stayed since. And thank God it did. This guy has gone a long way from what it was like in the beginning. So let's go ahead and break it down. The Corolla Altis is available in 6 different trim levels, from your 1.6 manual and automatic variants, all the way up to your CVTs. But what we're going to be focusing on is their top-of-the-line variant, which is the one that comes with Toyota hybrid technology. It comes with a 1.8-liter 4-cylinder DOHC engine and has an electric motor that can deliver up to 121 horsepower and 521 Newton-meters of torque. It also uses an Atkinson cycle engine, much like the ones that you see in the Toyota Prius. When it comes to overall styling, it's almost hard to imagine the humble beginnings of this vehicle's design. From its family-friendly take-your-kids-to-school type vehicle, new Toyota Corolla Altis has been slowly getting more aggressive and sleek. The front clip is arguably the most eye-catching part of them all, boasting a fairly intimidating yet elegant look. Particularly the combination of these sharp-looking LED headlights along with the wide radiator grille. Now that translates nicely over at the rear end as well, with thinner LED tail lamps, while its side still retains that simple and elegant look, reminding us that this is indeed a Corolla, and a good-looking one at that. Despite being marketed as a compact daily driver, the Toyota Corolla Altis perfectly combines the aesthetics of a casual ride with a more premium finish. With that said, this vehicle is pretty versatile, so whether let's say you're a doctor, a businessman, or even just a young adult moving up in the world, you're going to fit right in. A combination of stitched leather seats and well-constructed plastic materials make for a solid and refined interior. The all-black look is very minimalist, with just the driver's side having most of the bells and whistles. It's a very familiar and ergonomic design, but at the same time is still stylish in its own little way. Certainly more than its predecessors at least. Everything in the middle should be similar to what you would find in other trim levels. The infotainment system isn't the latest and greatest, but it's got neat features such as T-Link and covers all the essentials you would expect, including a reverse camera. The leather-wrapped steering wheel is mounted with controls for the audio, handset, and voice control, as well as lane keep assist with cruise control functions, which worked expectedly well when we tested it on the road. It's also quite comfortable not just at the front, but also at the back. Stitched leatherette seats, dual vent air conditioners by the center console, a manually retractable rear window shade, and to top it off, we also have a pretty spacious headroom as well. Obviously, that's no problem for someone like me who stands at 5 feet and 7 inches tall. But even people like Joey over here, who's an obvious 6-footer, don't have a problem with that. Now, a couple of other reasons why we like this car so much is because you can access the trunk all the way from the rear passengers at the back. And conveniently, you can actually bring down both of these seats so that you can put in a bunch more stuff without anything getting in the way. And inside, as you can see, we have a bunch of space, enough maybe to put in your luggage and maybe some food if you're going out on a picnic, or maybe even a road trip out of town with some friends. But you may have always wondered, what does hybrid even mean? Well, a hybrid, or rather a hybrid drivetrain, allows you to have the best of both worlds of an electric and petrol car. Let me explain. In the city, where driving is much slower, the electric motor puts in most of the work increasing fuel efficiency while reducing CO2 emissions. But once you hit the open road, the engine kicks in and you should be speeding away. With a hybrid, you'll have the power and torque advantages of a fully electric vehicle without having to worry about charging your car, since the engine, or regenerative braking rather, does that all for you. So when you lift your foot off the accelerator, the motor swaps directions and starts to transfer that energy back into the battery. It also works when you're going downhill, and obviously when you're braking as well. Now, driving a hybrid vehicle is not too all different from its gas-powered counterparts, except for a few things. When it comes to your instrument cluster, normally you would see your RPM gauges on the left, but it's replaced by this hybrid system indicator that lets you know exactly what's happening to both the engine and your battery as you're pressing on the pedal. Starting this beauty up will leave you in wonder at how quiet she is on idle. Normally, when turning a car over, you'd expect that satisfying rumble knowing your car has started up and is ready to go, right? Well, on the Toyota Corolla Altis Hybrid, it's so quiet that sometimes you can't even tell when it's on. And that's because it's powered by the electric motor on startup. The moment you press hard enough on the accelerator, it provides enough power to spin the motors, eventually starting the engine up as you take off. But when you're at low speeds, like when you're in traffic, it automatically uses the electric motor so long as it holds a charge. The Toyota Corolla Altis Hybrid has 3 driving modes which can be accessed right above the gear levers: Normal, Eco, and Power mode. Having been driving it for a while, I found that Eco mode gave the most balanced performance. When you press on the pedal, the car knows when to limit throttle response from heavy acceleration and even limits AC power when needed. This is the setting you're probably going to want to be in on a day-to-day basis. Now, if you're feeling a little electric, flip the EV mode switch on, which will power your car using only the electric motor. This was super convenient during stop-and-go situations, but unfortunately, we weren't able to get the batteries to fully charge to get a continuous drive. But thankfully, we were still able to experience a little bit of it every once in a while. Using EV mode takes up a good amount of power, so when you're low on juice, which is like in 2 bars, the car automatically engages the engine until you're all charged up again. And just to let you know, it's really unlikely for hybrids like this one to fully discharge, so no need to worry there. There's a mini display that's lodged in the middle of your instrument cluster showing you a multitude of useful information. But what I personally prefer to see all the time are the battery and power delivery indicators, which is basically just a digital display of what's going on the left analog gauge we showed you earlier, except in a more accurate way. Over here, you can see how charged up the battery is, as well as where the power is being delivered, which really helps a lot of new hybrid car owners to understand what's happening on a more visual level. Needless to say, the Toyota Corolla Altis Hybrid is a beast when it comes to fuel economy. We averaged at 20.6 kilometers per liter over the course of 3 days in the city, which easily outranks a lot of other subcompact cars and sedans on the road. While being more aggressive on the gas gave us an average of about 15 kilometers per liter. While these are already respectable numbers as they are, driving on the highway can get you an even better 23 to 25 kilometers per liter.
So, quick story guys. Normally when we get to review cars, they would come with some sort of gas card. But when this came over and I asked for it, they kind of looked at me as if they didn't know what I was talking about. They were like, "What gas card?" So that kind of surprised me. But I started driving it and it's been quite some time, and I think I understand now why they didn't give me one. Now, they could have just forgotten it, but I'd like to think that they just believe that much in Toyota's efficiency. And if that's so, then that's one really good thumbs up.
So does this car live up to its name? Yes. The Toyota Corolla Altis Hybrid is definitely a great consideration if you're looking for an economical daily driver. Sure, it might be more expensive than its fully gas-powered counterparts, but apart from that, the pros seem to still outweigh the cons. It's quiet and nimble, has less of those nasty tailpipe emissions, and the fact that you'll be paying visits to the gas station much less is going to be a great feeling for anyone. The hybrid variant is also the only one in the entire Corolla Altis lineup that has Toyota Safety Sense features such as automatic high beams, dynamic radar cruise control, and lane tracing assist. So if you're one for extra safety, this is something to highly consider. Because if there's one car name that's undoubtedly reliable and built to last, it's definitely going to be this one. The Toyota Corolla Altis Hybrid comes at a price tag of 1,610,000 pesos and is available in White Pearl Crystal Shine, Celestite Gray Metallic, Attitude Black Mica, Silver Metallic 1, and Red Mica Metallic. So what do you guys think about the all-new Toyota Corolla Altis Hybrid? Do you want to get one for yourself? Let us know in the comment section down below, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit that bell icon so you guys don't miss any future uploads, and be sure to visit yukitech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Again, this has been Josh, stay safe, and I will see you guys again in the next one.